See You at Work Tomorrow Episode 9 is easily the emotional turning point of the series. After several episodes of misunderstandings, hidden secrets, and emotional distance, Siwoo finally tells Ji-yoon everything about his painful past. At the same time, the home AI project reaches its biggest test, and one final discovery threatens to create a brand new conflict. Let's break down everything that happened. The episode begins exactly where the previous one left off. Ji-yoon admits that Siwoo's complicated past feels like too much for her to handle. Rather than trying to argue or pressure her into making a decision, Siwoo quietly follows her. He gets on the same bus, follows her to an arcade, notices her struggling to win a toy, and wins it for her before walking her home. The gesture is simple but meaningful. Instead of using words, Siwoo shows that he wants to stay beside her no matter how uncertain things become. Ji-yoon finally asks the question she has been carrying ever since she discovered his wedding photo. Why was he late to his own wedding? Siwoo honestly explains that Soo-jin's mother suddenly collapsed that day. He also admits something even more important. He cannot promise that unexpected situations like that will never happen again. Life is unpredictable. The only promise he can make is that he hopes Ji-yoon will choose to trust him anyway. Ji-yoon still needs time to process everything. Siwoo accepts her decision without complaint and simply tells her that he will continue liking her while she thinks about it. The following morning shows another side of Siwoo. Completely unsure how to behave, he asks Sungmin for relationship advice. Sungmin gives him surprisingly practical guidance. Do not stay too close. Do not stay too far away. Simply remain close enough that she knows you are always there. Siwoo immediately follows that advice. When Ji-yoon arrives at work, she discovers a warm cup of chamomile tea waiting on her desk. It is a quiet reminder that he is thinking about her without making her feel pressured. Meanwhile, Ki-tae begins putting the pieces together. He notices that Ji-yoon was never surprised by Siwoo's wedding photograph. Soon afterward, he spots matching stickers on Ji-yoon's laptop and Siwoo's desk. He immediately realizes they are dating. Instead of exposing them, he quietly worries that accidentally showing Ji-yoon the wedding picture may have damaged their relationship. The episode also shifts attention toward the company's home AI project. During a meeting, Siwoo explains that the final challenge before launch is improving customer trust through stronger security. He reveals that he has secretly been working alongside President Han without informing the rest of the team. At first, this secrecy appears suspicious. Later, viewers discover it was actually part of a much larger plan. Away from work, Ji-yoon visits her parents. Without revealing Siwoo's identity, she asks her mother what kind of partner she should choose. Her mother's answer becomes one of the episode's most meaningful lessons. She says the best partner is someone who continues loving you through every version of yourself. Not only during your happiest moments, but also during your most difficult ones. Later, Ji-yoon also speaks with her father. Although she still avoids mentioning Siwoo by name, her father immediately sympathizes with the lonely life Siwoo must have lived. His words help Ji-yoon begin looking beyond Siwoo's mistakes and toward the pain that shaped him. The episode also continues developing Noah and Jaeon's relationship. When Noah introduces Jaeon as her cousin, he is clearly upset. He wants their relationship to be acknowledged openly rather than hidden. During their date, Noah unknowingly treats him more like someone she needs to look after than an equal partner. Jaeon finally tells her that he does not want to be treated like a child. He wants to be recognized as her boyfriend. The conversation ends with a sweet kiss, showing that their relationship is also moving forward. Back home, Siwoo struggles with something many people can relate to. He spends several minutes trying to write the perfect goodnight message. After rejecting several awkward ideas, he finally sends a simple message. I still like you today. Good night. Sometimes the simplest words carry the greatest meaning. The following day brings another important step. Ji-yoon notices a reminder for the dinner reservation they made together. She almost cancels it. Then she overhears Siwoo rearranging an important meeting so he can keep their dinner plans. That small act quietly proves where his priorities truly are. During dinner, Ji-yoon finally asks the question she has been avoiding. She wants to know the complete truth about Soojin. Siwoo explains everything honestly. They were childhood friends who eventually fell in love during college. After graduating, they married and dreamed of studying abroad together. Everything changed when his father's business collapsed. His mother became seriously ill, forcing Siwoo to remain in Korea while Soojin continued her studies in the United States. The distance slowly destroyed their relationship. After his mother passed away, Soojin returned and suggested they divorce. Their marriage lasted less than a year. Most importantly, Siwoo never hides any part of the story. For the first time, Ji-yoon receives the complete truth instead of fragmented pieces. She tells him she understands, but still wants to be completely certain before moving forward. The next morning brings another encouraging sign. When Siwoo sends his usual good morning text, Ji-yoon replies. Although it seems like a small moment, her response signals that she is finally opening her heart again. Attention then shifts back to the home AI project. The entire team works tirelessly preparing for the demonstration. Siwoo even pushes himself so hard that he briefly ends up in the hospital because of exhaustion. Ji-yoon immediately checks on him through text messages, gently scolding him for neglecting his health. Rather than feeling annoyed, Siwoo enjoys every moment of her concern. It is another sign that their relationship is slowly healing. The biggest surprise arrives during the home AI demonstration. Everything begins perfectly. The presentation impresses the audience, including a feature that allows users to remotely switch off a stove for safety. Then disaster strikes. The entire system suddenly starts malfunctioning. Everyone believes the demonstration has failed. Instead, Siwoo calmly reveals the truth. The failure was planned all along. Lee Young-han secretly warned Siwoo that Manager Ko and Mr. No intended to sabotage the project. Rather than stopping the attack, Siwoo allowed the hacking attempt to happen. Meanwhile, he secretly developed a brand new security system called Neo Solution. The fake disaster becomes the perfect opportunity to prove how effectively Neo Solution protects customer data from cyberattacks. Instead of ruining the demonstration, the sabotage makes the product look even more impressive. It is easily Siwoo's greatest professional victory so far. Unfortunately, that success creates another problem. During the event, one of Soojin's former classmates casually mentions that she was once married to Siwoo. Manager Ko overhears the conversation. This discovery could become the next major obstacle. Manager Ko now possesses information that could damage both Siwoo's reputation and his relationship with Ji-yoon if used strategically. After the successful demonstration, the team celebrates together. Young-han announces he will return to the development team, while Ki-tae admits Manager Ko previously tried recruiting him as well. Elsewhere, Noah proudly introduces Jaein as her boyfriend when they unexpectedly meet her friends. Unlike before, she no longer hides their relationship. The episode saves its most emotional moments for the ending. During the celebration dinner, Siwoo suddenly disappears because he feels unwell. Unable to reach him by phone, Ji-yoon rushes to his home in panic. She bangs desperately on his door, fearing something terrible has happened. Fortunately, Siwoo had simply stepped outside for a moment. Seeing how worried she is deeply moves him. Inside the apartment, Ji-yoon asks him never to hide his pain from her again. She gently asks whether he truly suffered during all those lonely years. Siwoo finally admits how painful life became after his father abandoned the family and after Soojin left for another country. The hardest part was not facing those tragedies. It was facing them completely alone because he never knew how to share his emotions with anyone. Hearing those words changes everything for Ji-yoon. She hugs him tightly and tells him something he has needed to hear for years. His past no longer matters to her. She chooses to focus on the person standing in front of her today instead of the mistakes and heartbreak that came before. The episode ends with one beautiful final scene. While eating steamed buns together, Siwoo finally says the words he has been holding back. He tells Ji-yoon that he loves her. Without hesitation, Ji-yoon smiles and tells him she loves him too. It is the emotional reward both characters have been waiting for. However, the ending also leaves one important warning. Manager Ko has now discovered Siwoo's wedding photograph. Although Ji-yoon has accepted Siwoo's past, someone else may soon try to use that same secret against them. With their relationship finally becoming official, the next challenge may not come from misunderstandings between them, but from people determined to tear them apart.